welcome back to this podcast. Thank you so much if you've turned up and listened to it. You could be listening to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Those are streaming services where you can listen to the audio version of it. You can watch the video version of this on YouTube after the fact on the Streams Badly YouTube channel, and you can you can follow us on Twitter at tweetsbadly. You can also catch us recording this live at Twitch. Not twitch.tv/streamsbadly, because as of recording this today, Twitch is down. It won't let us publish to it, but you can still catch it live on the Streams Badly YouTube channel because we can now stream to YouTube as well, Judd. From today, from this podcast, we should be streaming to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So if you're not a Twitch person, you can subscribe on YouTube and watch stuff live there. But if you prefer Twitch, you can do the same on Twitch.
If you prefer Twitch, I gotta ask you why.
Yeah. Do you know what's crazy? If anyone did subscribe, we get like 50-50 on YouTube, but also, you get a lot more money on YouTube than you do on Twitch for any sort of thing like that. So I've just sent you a link, Judd. So the good thing about this is Judd can read chat as well with the setup we've got now, which is particularly good. So if you do tune in live to this podcast, then you can comment on things live and react to things we say live and on YouTube or Twitch, and we'll see all of it. So hopefully, if Twitch gets its shit together, this was going to be the first time doing the podcast on both platforms. I was so excited for it, but never mind. That's that. That's what's happened. But coming up in today's podcast, we've got crime, we've got religion, we've got special events, we've got death. And I get, once again, I make it sound dramatic, but it is all true. It is all true. Because, Judd, Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, God damn it.
You know them. You heard of them.
They're here again. They're here to talk to me and save my soul and, make me a better person.
What are they trying to save my soul for? Make me good?
Trying to save my fucking soul all the time.
Well, look, we had Jehovah's Witnesses come around for the first time earlier, and I don't know. They must have just come around because we've not turned them away yet since we moved into this house, and they brought a baby for some reason.
Oh.
That's weird, right?
They said this is for the sacrifice.
But they just wanted to be like, oh yeah, like Jesus and stuff. And we were like, nah. And they were like, all right.
You're like, whose baby is that? That's not yours.
Oh dear. But they did say that you can go on their website or whatever and look at their philosophy on life and things like that. But the point that, like, when she said, it's just good to feel like you've got some answers on the big questions, like why are we here and things like that. And I was thinking, you've just told me, like, that you're deluded. Like, you may as well just be saying, I'm just deluding myself because I'm scared. Like,
that's essentially what she's just said. Because it's like, the thing is, there are answers, but that doesn't mean they're, like, correct. Like,
that doesn't mean they're enjoyable. What you're doing is looking for a good answer because you're scared of the truth. But that's just my thoughts on that. If I'm wrong, tweet at tweetsbadly and let us know. But I thought it was interesting that they came round, and I thought it'd be interesting to see their philosophy on the meaning of life, because I am interested in that topic.
Yeah, I think they should be more direct with it. I think they should go, you could either believe in the truth or you can believe in a lie. It's like,
maybe.
Wouldn't you rather be lied to?
Judd, I've got more crazy shit that's happened around my house.
Good.
Do you remember when those stolen cars were just kind of like dumped near my house? And I told you about it on the podcast. Well, there's been more weird, like, illegal shit happening with cars.
Okay.
Because me and my girlfriend got home from doing some shopping yesterday, and a car drove down our street, and you know that, like, where my house is, on one side of it, there's like a green, like a place where you might walk dogs, things like that.
Yeah.
A car was driving down the road, and it just turned and drove straight over that green. Like, next to the bushes that are on the side of my house.
Ah.
And my girlfriend just saw it happen. She was just, like, watching. She was like, what? What the fuck? You know? Like, you know when you're like so shocked that someone's doing something, you just like stand there with your mouth open. And I was trying to unlock the door, and all I could see was some headlights through the hedges. And it was like...
He's just like, wait a second, they shouldn't.
I know, it's not like there's not a road by the side of my house at all.
Yeah.
And what the fuck is wrong with people? The thing is, it's not like there's anything they could have been going to where that would have been a particularly good shortcut. They must be mental. They could have... Literally, it's just 20 yards further forward before a right turn goes to that bit of the estate anyway. So, I don't know what the fuck that was about. But last night, at about 2 a.m., we had the window cracked open because it gets really warm upstairs. And I could hear some, like, intense driving and some screeching from where that car drove towards. And then I heard a bit more, and I also saw some sirens flashing through my window.
Okay.
But you know what it's like where my back window is? When you look out, there's like my back garden immediately below the back bedroom window. And it's not a small garden, is it? It's like quite a bit of stretch. So, and past that, there's the green, and then there's a road. So if a police car was driving on that road, I doubt its lights would have flashed through my window. So I feel like they must have been driving on the green as well. They must have been chasing someone across the fucking...
Listen, the green is where it's at. The green is the happiness spot.
It's where, the Fast and Furious, next Fast and Furious movie's set.
The green.
It's actually just unreal. There were more police drive past recently as well. Sorry, I'm eating chocolate while I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm eating chocolate while doing this. It's just fucking rude, isn't it? But, yeah. I honestly think there's some sort of, like, car hooligans living around here. There must be. And I really hope they get fucking caught, because I fucking live here. But, yeah. Just an update. Twitch still down. What the fuck are you doing, Twitch? So that's that. What have you been up to?
Twitch doing? What is Twitch doing?
I don't know.
What is Twitch doing? Huh?
Maybe, being as I just said, what are you doing, Judd? Is that what you've been doing? Have you been sorting out Twitch's servers recently?
What is Twitch doing? I've been destroying them. I've been pulling the Mr. Robot on Twitch's servers.
Please put them back up.
I think I've got a note. Do I not have any notes? I thought I had a note for you. I thought I'd done something with my life, but apparently not.
Surely you'd done something you'd fucking remember.
I thought I had something for you. I thought I'd put a little thing down for you, but no.
You will have done something, and it will have been like earth-shattering or groundbreaking or something like that, and you'll remember in 2 years' time, you'll be like, I did do something on that day. That was pretty good. Well, let me tell you something then. I went to... We were just rating some movies and TV shows that we... like how we like to on a spreadsheet that I'm keeping track of. We rate them out of 100. And one of the movies that I went to see recently was Don't Worry, Darling, starring Harry Styles and Florence Pugh. It was a good movie, but I went to see it at the grand opening of the new Cineworld in Barnsley.
Oh, okay, that's what you went to. Okay.
Because my girlfriend won tickets to it. And I was thinking, oh, wow, that's really cool. She's entered a contest and she's won some tickets to the grand opening of this cinema. And we get to see, we get to be in the first ever IMAX screening at the cinema. So, and it was pretty cool. But when we got there, it was like, oh, I see why she's won tickets, because everyone in the fucking world's won tickets. it was rammed. It was really rammed. We got there, and there was like, it wasn't like, you know where you like ride a bull, a mechanical bull?
Yeah.
There was one of those outside, but it wasn't riding a bull. You were like in a cinema seat, and you had to hold this like fake bucket of popcorn.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of weird. I'll send you all the pictures from it so you can like flick through them as I'm telling you about this. I'm gonna send them on Facebook just so you know. There's not too many pictures anyway. But so we saw that, and then we had to kind of queue to get in. And when we got in, we saw it was just absolutely packed. It was like it was fancy though. On the invite it said smart casual, and being as it's Barnsley, that means it ranged everything from someone wearing literal like cargo shorts and a t-shirt with an egg stain on it, all the way up to people wearing like a 3-piece suit. So
yeah,
it's
I love Barnsley's variety in fashion. It's awesome.
It was good. And then so they had people with canapes going round, and Judd, I love me some fucking canapes. I wasn't hungry. I didn't really want to eat anything, but you know when you see those canapes like going round, you're like, come to me, come give me that little morsel of food. I really want
give
it.
me this tiny selection of food.
So yeah, that's I liked that. And I had a technique that I liked to employ when they were walking round. You like kind of give them the eyes. You like, you know, the little like, what's that eyes?
Yeah.
It's like, I am intrigued by what's on your plate kind of eyes. It wasn't working too well. I think I was scaring people off more than anything else. But I did like the little canapes. Have you ever been? When's the last time you had canapes, Judd?
The last time I had a canapé was at my mother's wedding.
Oh, so recently.
That was the last time. Yeah.
Which wedding was that? The 9th? 24th?
It was the third one, actually.
Yeah, I do like the canapes. I liked that. They had a big table with a bunch of drinks on. It was free drinks as well, so you could have beer, champagne, or whatever. I could have got absolutely pissed if I wanted to, but I was driving. So, update.
It's happening now.
Sirens, I hear them. It sounds like I live in a fucking slum whenever I talk about this place. It's a fairly nice area. It's like a nice little kind of smaller countryside place. Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, there was a drinks table and that, and they'd opened the cinema, but like opened all of it, so you could go in any of the screens, like just the empty screens. I think they were only showing stuff in the special screens that night, but everyone had been given a free ticket. So there was an IMAX movie on, a 4DX movie, and there might have been a Screen X one as well. I'm not sure, but all the other normal screens, you could just fucking wander around. Just sit in them, have a fucking mimosa or whatever while you're waiting for the movie to be ready for you. It was really weird because you'd go in there, because they kind of like presented it in a way that it was like they told you to check out the screens and the cinema and how nice it is. So you felt like you probably should go into one of the screens and see what it's like, but it was a cinema screen. You just open the door, it's like, yep, that empty room. I don't know. It was just weird, but they had like an excess of things going on there as well. There was people dressed as the big blue Na'vi from Avatar.
Yeah, so that's somebody dressed up. That's not like a thing.
No, they were dressed up. They were dressed up and on stilts.
Oh, okay.
Because obviously they're tall, but obviously the ratios were kind of off because they're
the proportions aren't like that. They don't have like disgusting, gangly long legs.
Disgusting, gangly long everything.
Yeah, if that would have been the proportions in the movie, then when the military showed up, they would just like freaking cut them down. They would just like shot their legs.
They wouldn't have been able to do anything because they'd been going trying to balance the whole time.
How goofy the fucking runner be if they're like getting mowed down by fucking like AR-15.
So yeah, that's they had those. They were pretty cool. They were taking pictures with people. There was a lady playing saxophone, and she was just like jazzing it out. She was there was music being played like across speakers and things like that. But then they'd also just hired this saxophone lady to just play along with whatever tunes are going on. I appreciated it. I thought it was fun. So yeah, that was kind of the outside, the whole gist of it. They had loads of staff about to just chat to you and just generally like kind of speak to you like, oh, you excited? Things like that, making it a big event. They had the vice president of IMAX there, which that was kind of cool.
Whoa, that is kind of cool.
Yeah. I actually kind of got in trouble a little bit in that they did some speeches before the movie because it were a grand opening. And then and the general manager is from Barnsley, of the Barnsley one, makes sense. And he said, and now time for this guy, he knew his name, this guy, the vice president of IMAX. And I turned to my girlfriend and went, what the vice president of IMAX? What? And she went, shut up. And I was like, what? What have I done?
What the fuck?
But she thought I was being sarcastic, but I wasn't. I was
yeah, I can totally get that. Like, that is a bit you do. Like, you totally lean in and go, whoa, the vice president.
It is, but also equally,
No,
that's
like,
the type of weird shit that I would get excited by as well.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, no, I get excited about it. I think that's pretty cool that the vice president of IMAX sort of showed up. Yeah,
but it was like he did that, and they did all the speeches, and then they were showing a couple trailers, and in the trailers, I said to her, "What went wrong with me saying that?" And she said, "Well, I thought you were being sarcastic." I'm like, no, that's just pretty cool. The vice president of all of IMAX, that's pretty cool. And she's like, "All right, okay." So, yeah, I thought that was quite funny, but yeah, it was a good time overall. They said that the doors opened at 5:45 in the evening, so trying to get there for that time. But there was a lot of waiting around. The movie started. Well, the screen for IMAX opened at 7:30, so there was a lot of fanning about and waiting around. I think if I'd have turned up and wanted to make use of the free alcohol, then turning up as early as possible might have been a good idea. But other than that, I don't know. It was a fun time. It was an interesting thing to do. The movie was pretty good. The screen was pretty cool. It was IMAX with lasers. And apparently that's the clearest IMAX there is. But I just thought it was good quality. Big screen.
yeah.
Sound was pretty good. But it just looked like a good screen. I don't know. I didn't recognize the lasers. Put it that way. But I thought all IMAX screens were 3D. But they're not. It's IMAX 3D is a thing. And then there's like IMAX. It's just like a bigger, fancier screen like IMAX. And then IMAX with lasers is the same big fancy screen, but with lasers. And then IMAX 3D is the big fancy screen, and it's 3D. What? Oh, I thought someone was telling. I thought my girlfriend was shouting to me, telling me I'm wrong about IMAX. I don't know. I thought we were about to have a live IMAX-related argument. Can you imagine? That's the rest of the podcast. But I don't know. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty sexy. Pretty cool. Yeah. So that was that. Judd. Last time we teased something that we would do in this podcast. So I think we should do it, being as we're podcasting, we're chugging along.
I can't even remember what it was. So
it was our funeral/death specifications.
I think we need some sort of record of this actually for because we could die at any time doing some stupid shit. So
I genuinely think it's a really cool way to archive what you want to happen and make it easier for people who are going to have to deal with you being dead. So, do you have any thoughts off the bat, Judd?
Okay. First of all, I need to be set on fire. At
what point? Just before you die? Just at any time? So, how much on fire? Just your beard?
Okay. So I'm dead. All right. I'm already dead. At some point, I don't know. Right now I'm already dead.
I'm talking to a ghost.
Okay. So in this hypothetical, I'm already dead. So at some point, I don't care how it happens, but my body needs to be incinerated in some way. It could actually,
cremated here.
But you know what would be funny though, if we could somehow have like an accidental controlled fire to like freak everybody out, like if like my body was set up like it was a normal funeral, and some candles, accidentally got knocked on top of me, and I started catching on fire, and I just went woof like that. I think that'd be great because nobody would be expecting it.
Make them all think that your body's just.
Yeah.
How many people are
horrible
in on
accident?
Is your mother and your sister going to be going? No. Oh God, no!
Yeah. They're not going to know what's going on. My grandparents as well. They're not going to know what's going on
because they're all going to be alive. You're going to die before them.
Yeah. This is pretty soon. I'm planning this for pretty
next
soon.
Week, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I just have to. It'd just have to be some awful, tasteless, awful joke. Because the thing is, I'm dead, right? Like, look, I'm the victim here, because I'm the one who's dead. You gotta let me have some fun with it. Like, I gotta have a gotcha moment with my corpse. Like,
Judd, I think you'd have quite a lot of trouble having fun with it, as a result of you being dead.
No, but if I could have some guarantee that this was going to happen, like, 100% irrefutable. I know that when I die, like Jigsaw in Saw, when he dies, he knows that his plans are going to be carried out by his cronies, but because he knows that they're like 100% loyal. If I had some like cronies like that'd be like do my work after I'm dead, I'd be like, look, you gotta do some fucking stupid shit, but you gotta like prank people with my corpse. do like a Ferris Bueller's Day Off and like parade my corpse around.
Do that like Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie. Yeah, Weekend at Bernie.
Oh my god, I don't know about that one, Chief. But for real though, like, have you got any like actual for real stuff?
The only thing I could say is just something really simple and cheap. Like, I've seen like these places where they're like, oh, we essentially just take you and we turn you into mulch and we put like a nice tree like where you are, and it costs nothing pretty much. Like that, I feel is probably the actual real closest sort of thing that I'd want.
So just cheap and easy. That's it.
Yeah.
We don't care about anything
else. And also, like, you're sort of, like, getting something as well from me dying. Like, the tree, it's not, like, one tree's not a whole lot, but at least you're getting something out of it,
Yeah, you like the tree thing.
I'm
interested in... I don't... My perspective on what to do with my actual body is I don't really care at all.
Yeah.
Just whatever's the least hassle and just anything that's like efficient is what I'm interested in. I don't try and avoid any negative impact on the environment, try and avoid causing anyone hassle, and try and avoid it costing money. Those are the types of things. Just avoid those sorts of things as much as possible. Other than that, I don't give a fuck. What I do like the idea of though is that my dead body could go to use. So I think a way of doing that, while also having the positive thing, is donating it to science. I like that idea.
Science is always a good thing. I don't think science has ever done anything wrong. Show me something bad that science has done.
Flashbacks to like Nagasaki and like fucking cyanide and I don't know.
Yeah. Oppenheimer just sat there like smoking a cigarette.
Oh god. So yeah, I'm thinking donated to science so that they can use my body for like some experiments and learn some shit, and it shouldn't cost money, shouldn't have much negative impact on the environment, all of that sort of thing. I think that'd be quite good. So far as I'm concerned, just do that straight away as soon as I'm dead. Just get that sorted, get me sent off to him, forget about my body.
Throw your corpse on the meat wagon.
Memorial funeral stuff, Judd. What are you thinking when it comes to any of that?
That's probably the thing I've actually given the least sort of thought to, cause that really is. I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't have a say over how people mourn me, because everybody mourns in their own different ways. So I don't think it's fair on me to say, oh, I'd want everybody to be really happy and drinking and have a party, because it's like, a lot of people can't do that in that certain situation. If I was to die,
and plus you'd be dead. So like, you can't really enjoy any of that. It's just
I know, but like I'd be happy to know that like my family's happy and everybody's happy still, but I know they're not gonna be. Like I know that like if I died tomorrow, I know that my grandparents can't be expected to show up to my funeral and have a good time. It's like I actually feel like I don't really want to have much say. Just don't put yourselves out too much. Like, you don't, if you want to mourn me in your own way, fine. Just you don't have to empty your wallets to mourn me. I don't
Just
think
a quick
so.
update from Twitch. No progress.
Okay.
Same situation. So I agree, though. I think that for my funeral or my memorial, because I don't really want my body to be there particularly. I'd rather that just be sorted out and sent away. But so long as it's done and doesn't impact the science, it could be present for the memorial. I don't really mind too much. But it's like any memorial or funeral stuff, it's for the people who are still alive. So, like, my closest family members, my closest friends, whatever they want. I think the main person I would want to sort it out that I know of at the minute would probably be Alana, because
His sister?
Yeah.
But,
My mum's
okay.
just done all the organisation for my uncle dying. Like, that's... Of course it's coming.
But how old is his sister?
Well, she's nearly 16, but by the time I die, she'll be like... Yeah, I don't expect to die within 2 years, but, like, if my sister's 18 or older, then I'd like it to be her. If my sister isn't 18 or older, my mum's still alive, I'd like it to be her. But...
Okay.
No. If my mum's still alive, I would want my mum to sort out any memorial stuff. But if my mum's not alive... and my sister's older than 18, I'd like her to do it.
Okay.
See, I don't trust you to do it, and I know you wouldn't trust yourself to do it.
No.
And I don't know about my partner doing it either. But she would have a lot of influence. So I don't know. I just think Alana thinks most kind of... She's the only person I would trust that thinks as close to logically as I do, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think anyone thinks like I do, to be honest. But out of the people that I think are decent at handling themselves compared to others that I know of, she's closest to me in ways of thinking. Yeah. So would kind of know how to do best for closest family members and friends to me. But I think that makes sense. If my family members are listening to this after I'm dead and they've got any questions about it, just send me a text message or something and I'll clarify. Oh shit! Wait. So yeah, I think memorial sort of deal. We're both like the same. It's like don't really care, just whatever you want.
Yeah.
Whoever's still alive can decide what's best for everyone. But what about organising all your stuff, like your bills and who your stuff goes to and all of that sort of thing?
I've just found I've just thought of something else that I want to do with my body. I want someone of similar size and demeanor as me to be made to surgically have my face grafted onto their face. And for them to assume my sort of like place, like take over. It's what I'd want doing. That's what I think I'd want doing.
You really derailed me with that one. Holy shit! I'm just picturing recording this podcast, and you answer, and there's like an obviously skin grafted face person there with like a different voice. Like imagine he's like Irish or something. He's like, "You ready to do the podcast today?" It's like
the seams and like the stitching around his face is starting to bleed.
Yeah. Oh god. To be honest, I'd just go. He was funny as Judd. He's go. I don't really know right now, but we can give it a go and see. And I'll go. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
So long as I've got a Judd substitute, I think I'll be all right here. Would you have a mouse strap attached to your ear at any point? Well, my ears are still Judd's ears because we could have it off behind the ears, you see. So I think we can probably still manage that. He's Irish, this guy.
This guy.
Because obviously it would be. He's a short ginger fella.
Yeah. Where else would you find one?
There isn't anywhere else. It's the only place.
They grow them in fields.
Like the potato.
Yeah, like the potatoes. Do you remember when there was the fat ginger famine of 83? of 1883, where they ran dry of fat gingers and all they could find were lanky brunettes.
Oh my god. Anyway, possessions, bills, all sorts of stuff like that. What are you thinking when it comes to all of that junk, Judd?
I don't know. So one of my things would be my models, my Warhammer models. Where the fuck are they gonna go? I think you and Dalton should be allowed to take what you'd want from them. And then anything else, I don't know, maybe just sort of donated back to the nerd shop that I usually go to. I know you guys would probably just end up taking as much as you could so you could later sell it on eBay, but
are you happy with that? Would you like people to do that?
I mean, if that's the enjoyment you're going to get from them, I don't really know anyone who, with the stuff that I collect, that they necessarily want to be like, oh yeah, I'd want that when he dies. Yeah.
I will say now that if I'm dead and my possession goes to you, or not you specifically, Judd, to anyone who it goes to, and you think I feel bad, but I kind of would rather just sell this and get some money for it. Just fucking do it, then. I don't care. It's not that important, really, is it?
Yeah.
So,
you are dead, I suppose.
Yeah. What am I gonna do about it? You know.
Yeah.
I can't feel bad that you've done it. I'm dead. You know. So.
My computer is to be burnt. It's to be set ablaze. It's to be doused in gasoline and set ablaze. No, I don't know. I'd probably just sell that as well. Like I'd probably leave that to you to sell because you know what you'd be doing with that.
Thank God for that. I can do a dual PC setup.
Yeah. My just car. God, now the car does need burning. The car does gonna go. Get rid of it.
In fact, it probably should be burnt now. You don't really want to be driving that thing.
Yeah. You know, that's actually why...
I know a couple of car thieves, actually, that could steal it for you.
Well, I was just going to say, that's why I've never actually got to worry about my car, like, in your neighborhood, because I know nobody's going to take that piece of shit.
Tried to take my girlfriend's car. That's not quite as bad as yours, but...
No, I know, but, yeah.
Okay. So, is that everything you own then? Some models, a computer, and a car? What about your clothes?
Yeah, I think they could all be donated
charity shop
to charity. Yeah, I think they can go to people who need them.
Have you got anything else thinking about? You just don't have stuff, do you?
Yeah. I'm to be buried with all my drugs. Like,
you know, if you've got any leftover alcohol, Judd.
You can have the booze.
Nice.
You can have
okay. I'll schedule your death for like Tuesday.
Yeah. All right, that's fine.
Well, for me, I've got more stuff. My clothes. So obviously, like I said, depending on who's alive or what age people are, my mum or my sister can go through my clothes and let any kind of family members or friends have what they might want out of my clothes, because I've got some kind of nicer stuff, like some Supreme things, and that are worth a fair bit. I've got a bunch of TGF childish hoodies that I really love. I love collecting, but if I'm dead, it's like, well, I'm dead, so I can't love them anymore, can I? So either someone who I know can love them, or they can be donated to charity, because I don't fucking care at that point. But having said that, they're probably worth a bit of money, so it's probably worth selling them if people want some money. But if they don't want to have to go through the hassle of selling them, I get it. That's when it comes to clothes. Computer stuff. I'm a bit torn on that, because obviously when it comes to computer stuff, the main reason I use it is for stuff like this podcast and for our channel and things like that. And it'd be cool for you to continue doing stuff to this channel. So some of the gear could help. But then again, you don't know shit about computers, so you'd probably wreck it all. Whereas, like, I know Cal, he knows about computers. He potentially knows more than me about computer components. And but I don't know. He's a bit of a dick. So I don't know, one of those two. You could fight over it. Oh no, that's what I want to happen. You have an actual fist fight over my computer stuff. You have to do it, whether you want it or not. You've got to actually try and have an actual MMA fight over it.
That's not fair though, because I'd do it, but Cal would be like, "Oh no, I don't want to do it." I'd be like, "We have to fight in his memory."
Judd, that's his problem. That's when you surprise attack him.
Okay.
Defend yourself at all times.
Yeah.
And then see, this is in your favor. So that's what I want. Like actually do.
All right. Yeah.
That includes my PlayStation and cameras and music gear. That's all bundled into that. Costs. Fuck it, why not? And then whoever wins it can sell it all over the show, which I don't give a shit.
Nice.
My car isn't. I don't own it anyway, so. I don't know. I might get some... If I died, whoever's my executor who looks after all my stuff might get some money back from me leasing it. If that happened, just keep it. I don't care. Or donate it to charity or something. I'm not bothered. House... my percentage of the house as it stands should just go to my partner. And someone would need to help her pay it off, though, because I don't think she'd be able to afford both halves of bills and mortgage. So there's that.
You're thinking too serious about this. I've not thought about any of this stuff.
I'm just doing it off the top of my dome. What about this mattress? What do I want to happen with that?
You want all of the cum stains to be like gathered up, and you want children to be made from them.
I'm thinking melt it with acid. See what sort of thing happens to it. I think that'd just look cool. Just throw it in a bit of acid. Any other stuff I own, just chuck in a bit of acid.
Yeah, I think Pitifacet is pretty cool. I think if any question is asked, I think Pitifacet is always a pretty solid answer.
Yeah, if you're ever struggling to think, I wonder what we should do with this or that, Pitifacet would do. I've got some Nerf guns and toys and comic books. Donate those to like an orphan's place.
Donate them to an orphan's Pitifacet.
Yeah, put them in the pit of acid and then donate that to an orphanage.
Yeah, and then put the orphanage in the pit of acid.
Yeah, I think so. So actually, we've gone. When I put this as a note to talk about on the podcast, I don't know why we didn't just blitz on through it by saying pit of acid.
Pit of acid.
What do you want to do for your funeral? Pit of acid. Pit of acid. Everyone just hangs out in a pit of acid. A little bit. Yeah, I think most of my stuff is technology is part of the thing. So if I say all my tech stuff can go to this person, that's like pretty much everything. Yeah, I've got some sentimental junk. Just sift through it and see who wants it. I don't really care. I think that's that. Is there anything else that happens when you're dead? Anything? Any other requests people have?
Sometimes you shit yourself.
I hope I shit myself. Do you want to know?
Yeah, I kind of do as well.
For the people who've actually got this far through the podcast while we've been talking about like what we want to happen when we die, I'm gonna do a little bit of a weird admission to you, and tell me if this is too weird, Judd, and if I need to seek some sort of therapist or something.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it a fantasy, and I definitely wouldn't call it a fetish.
Uh-oh.
For some reason, I just feel like it'd be really satisfying to see someone like shit themselves, but like a reasonably solid shit. So you see like the bulge on the pants, right?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Just hold on, I'm not done. and then just like, I don't know if I want to do it or if I just want to see someone like just like smush it, like just like smush it round, like still in the pants, like all over the butt cheeks, like just kind of like smush it around. Feel like that'd be satisfying.
I'm like mortified with that. I'm like actually speechless.
You've got a different opinion of me now. You know what's hilarious? When I die, someone's going to watch this to figure out what to do once I've died, and then that's a
you know, like if we had, you know how we do as rating systems of movies and TVs. If I had a rating system of like people, you've gone down from like a 78 to like a 70. That was like a hard drop.
I'm surprised I'm even up there.
I didn't.
I find it hilarious that I die in some sort of tragic accident. Everyone's really like upset about it. It's horrible. Like the people are looking through, watching like the specifications of what I want to happen when I die, and then I immediately admit that straight away afterwards. I just want to see it once.
Dude, you know what? We could have your coffin could be glass, and then you could hire like a hooker to do it on the glass of your funeral, like at your funeral.
I don't want it on the glass. I don't particularly want to see all the shit. I just feel like there's a certain texture to shit that would be really satisfying, like in some fabric, like smushed about.
That's messed up. You're messed up. You're
I have to say, it doesn't have to be shit. I don't particularly want it to be like feces because it'd stink and that'd be all horrible. Just something like of that texture, just like it's all the textures, something of kind of like the texture of shit against something like that's kind of the texture of butt cheeks, like in fabric.
This is terrible. I hate this. You sound insane.
Like, you could have, you
sound insane.
What about like tomato paste? Do you know what I'm saying?
I know, but it's not helping your case anymore. You just sound insane.
You could also have like some like thick, like as least liquidy as possible tomato paste in like some canvas, right? And then smush that against like a pork belly or something like that. You know, like a thing of pork belly. That'd be like so satisfying. Do you not think?
I don't think that. I've never ever thought that.
Is there nothing that you know is like weird about yourself that you want to just admit, Judd? Come on, let's get it out in the open. Have you not got anything that you kind of just think sometimes that you've never dared mention, even out loud to yourself, that you feel like you would enjoy, or that you know is weird, or something like that?
I actually am trying to search. Like my feet, my deepest desires here.
I thought you said I'm trying to search my feet, but yeah, you were about to say feelings, weren't you? Yeah. But I can tell you another weird thing I did as a kid. When I was in primary school, there was a girl I had a crush on, and
So you wanted to see her shit herself and mush the shit around with her.
No, I'm not picturing it.
Don't say it.
No, I don't want to. I actually don't. No, I had a crush. I must have been about. I would have been. What age are you when you leave school? So I would have been about 9, I think, at this point. Okay. And I don't know why. Just one day I decided I was going to be fucking weird, and I decided I'm just going to like go mildly close to her, not like right up in her face, like a meter or so away, maybe half a meter away, and just slightly grumpily stare at her.
Oh my god, what is wrong with you, you fucking psychopath?
I must have done it for about 3 hours straight. Like, wearing some similar glasses and everything. I did it in this class before lunch, all of lunch, and then the class after lunch as well.
Oh my god, that's fucking psychotic.
I know, but
what do you mean?
Her and like all it weren't just like her and her friends at primary school, because like everyone was friends in primary school, so there weren't like cliques necessarily like that, but like a bunch of people they did find it funny, but like mostly weird.
Yeah.
And it were kind of almost like, oh, I don't like you, but in a jokey way, but actually you're cute type of thing, you know. It was like that. I don't know. It was.
It was a really weird, cringy way of a kid trying to show affection to another kid.
Yeah.
Like whatever. But it is weird that it's like.
I recently watched that Jeffrey Dahmer show, and he does some weird shit in that, and I kind of think,
yeah, he does.
Fuck, man, I do weird shit. You know. Yeah. Did he not do anything weird like that? Because as a kid, you were seemingly a lot more weird than me. Maybe it was just behind the scenes creepy weird that I was.
I think the thing is, with me, I sort of wore my weirdness on my sleeve, and it was sort of a gimmick of mine where I was sort of like, yeah, I am the weird kid. I understand. I get it. But like it was always like in a joke. I'm like, look, I'm making a spectacle of myself here. I'm weird in a rodeo clown kind of weird. I would have said it was my brand. You were weird in a Dharma weird sense.
It's super
like,
annoying that your brand of weird is widely enjoyed typically, and mine. People fucking think I'm a creep.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, that's fair enough when you sit there staring at someone for 3 hours straight. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't know any better. I swear to God, people just don't teach their kids particularly well. Do you know another thing I did? God, this is bringing up all sorts of memories. This is like a therapy session.
Sanity.
But it's like you don't know what's socially unacceptable unless you like actively tell someone. This is why I'm surprised no one figured out I had autism, because I need explicitly telling that something's not socially acceptable. As in, another thing that happened was I used to do karate when I was a kid, and I'd go to karate classes, a reasonably prestigious karate class, and there was a time when I'd gone to the kids' karate class, and we were sat down in 2 rows, like basically against this wall while he was telling us what we were going to be doing, the instructor. And we were all sat listening quietly, and he weren't like speaking loud to us because we were all very quiet. And I just let rip the biggest, loudest fart, just like it was a big one. It was a proper like.
Nice, dude. I would no. Okay, I gotta be honest. If I didn't know you like at all, if you were just another kid sat in this fucking thing with me, and I had no prior knowledge of that, yeah. If you would have done that, I would have been your friend. I would have gone and been your friend. Like I would have loved that.
The reaction that all the other kids had was like going, ew, and laughing and all of that, which, you know, you can imagine typical kids' reaction. Yeah. And the instructor was like really mad at me and then kicked me out. And I was thinking, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? I just that happens out my ass sometimes. Yeah, what's the problem here? Because I'd never been told off for farting at home. Never. Not once. Because, like, I was a kid. I was just farting. My parents not going to go, oh, that's gross, stupid kid. Stop it. So, and I just let it rip. And it was like a fucking Beyblade in there. Let him rip. And then I went out, and my parents were waiting outside because they were waiting to do the adult class afterwards. And they were like, what's happened? What's the matter? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. And I had to explain when I got home what happened. And I said to her, why didn't you tell me that was not acceptable? And my mum felt really bad, and so she should have. Can you think of any stuff, Judd, that you've done as a kid? Or thought of, or even nowadays? It doesn't have to be as a kid.
I do get urges to just like sometimes like I mean, you really did fucking invade somebody's personal space, but I do get like urges to do stuff just to like see, because I want to just know how people would react to just a truly like strange situation. Like I'll see an old guy like he'll just be sat there and he'll just be like, you know, not harming anybody. And I'll think to myself, how would this old man react? This 80-year-old man who's scared for the world changing around him and like new things. How would he react if I like went up to him and like got really close to his face and just started going, like, how would he react? What would you do? Like, how would he react? No, but I wouldn't say anything to him. I'd just do that at him. Like, I'm obviously not gonna, but I think to myself, what would you do? What? Because he's like an 18-year-old man.
All the time. I kind of think like, what, like, you know, if I'd be at a McDonald's or a restaurant, and I just want to know what everyone would do if I just started screaming, like going, no!
Yeah. What they do? Yeah,
just actually like really screaming. But the idea of doing that is much more negative than wanting to know what would happen if I did it. So I'm never gonna do anything like that. I'm never gonna do anything crazy. It's like not even close to wanting to do it. But I'd like to know what people actually definitely would do without having to do it. Yeah. I think that's valid. I get that all the time. Do you ever like feel like you've got Tourette's sometimes? Because sometimes you just want to say certain things.
Yeah, a little bit. I do, but I think that's more just like the autism. Sometimes I think it's a touch of the auts where I just like get a bit carried away sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know, but. There you have
I got a touch of the aughts.
I think I'm the aughtsman. But I think that's that. I think that's a podcast. It's a shorter one, but we got some stuff to do after this. Hopefully Twitch will be fixed for next time because we should be able to stream to both platforms. I can't believe the first time we tried to do that, it was like, it's down. And it's been down for like 2 hours. 2-3 hours. Yeah, it's been down for a good 2 hours easily. Fucking Twitch, get your shit together. You're losing to YouTube. No wonder we stream to both now. Anyway,
imagine losing to YouTube. What?
Fucking god damn it. Anyway, that's been a podcast. Thank you for supporting the podcast. Make sure to follow it on whatever platform you're following on, and check out the YouTube channel, Streams Badly, and the Streams Badly Twitch channel for stuff live and all that. Any final words, Judd?
No, I've not.